Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title, this is a cozy hobby vlog. We are going to be talking all things crocheting and reading. I have lots to talk to you about. Last week I tried to film quite a few different videos and they just were not quite turning out. And so I thought today would be just the perfect day to kind of start fresh and try again. I am drinking a cup of tea. This is strawberry vanilla green tea. It's really good. I was needing like a little pick-me-up, but I was not wanting a cup of coffee. I've already had 2 cups today and I just need to I've been having like 3 cups and that's a lot for me. So I need to kind of like take a little pause and drink some tea. So I did make myself a cup of strawberry vanilla green tea and it's so good. But yeah, I feel like I have so much to talk to you about, some things to share. I have a little bit of a book haul behind me and I have a little of a yarn haul behind me as well. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. So first things first, today is Monday, January 20th. Tomorrow, January 21st, Onyx Storm comes out. I'm really excited. So I'm actually reading Iron Flame right now. I'm so close to being done. I wanted to have it done for sure by tomorrow, but today, because tomorrow I am gonna go and get Onyx Storm and I'm really excited. So there are actually quite a few different bookstores around me and I'm trying to decide which one I want to go to, how I want the day to go. So I think all said and done, the plan is when my husband gets off work tomorrow, because as of right now he's getting off earlier, we're all gonna go to this bookstore that I really like. It's a really fun place right by the beach and we'll go there and pick it up. There is another bookstore that's doing a midnight release party and I'm like, no, I don't need to do that. That's way too late and I'm not like in love with this series enough to go and do that. So like I said, I'm in the middle of Iron Flame and we're going to talk a little bit about it later, but right now we're going to talk about crocheting. I did put my daughter down for her nap, but she is just playing in her bed. So I am in the middle of 2 different projects. So I do have a market coming up in just a few weeks. So I'm just kind of slowly market prepping. So I have a hat that I'm working on. I just have a few more rows, but this is a bucket hat. I do have one made. I'm using a cotton yarn. I do have a little bit of cotton yarn left to make a couple more hats. So I do have one hat made and a second one where I'm working on it. So yeah, like I said, I do have just a few more rounds. So I do need to finish up that at some point. And then I also have a stingray that I am working on that I also need to finish up at some point. I was working on it this morning, as you would have seen. And then over the weekend, we went down to see my sister and brother and just had a fun day. So I did a little bit in the car. So I made a few baby sharks. I want to have quite a lot of baby sharks made, but here's one made. Actually, here's 4 of them made. I was going to do a whole bunch of different colors, but I'm thinking I might just do blue and just keep it at blue and just keep it simple. I did make 2 other jellyfish. I am working on a whole lot of jellyfish. Both of these patterns are free from All From Jade. So I have a whole bunch of different colors of jellyfish. So that is what I've been working on just the past couple of days. I've been kind of crocheting pretty slowly just because I felt a little bit of a pain in my arm. I don't know if it's from crocheting or from like this workout I did. I have no idea, but either way, I'm just kind of going it nice and slow just in case I don't want to, hurt myself or whatever. So a couple days ago, we went to Joann's and I did write a whole list of all the yarn that I did need. And they were having a buy 2, get 1 free, but I just picked up just a few things. I didn't get everything I needed, but I did just get a few things. I have lots of things already for this market and I still have plenty of yarn to make a lot more. So I am good on the yarn front for right now for sure. So these 2 I've already gotten into. I already made a turtle. So this is Big Twist Posh, I'm pretty sure. So I got a pink and a tan one. And I did, like I said, I went ahead and made a turtle with that. Then I got, I guess I did start with this one as well, but this color I got for the stingray. So I did go ahead and dig into that one. And then I got 2 of this light pink color. I'm going to make a lovey with one and some bunnies with the other. That's the plan for that. I got this gray one to make a cat with. I have lots of black yarn already. I'm going to make some cats with that. I got this really fun, pretty green color. And I'm going to make a dinosaur lovey with that one. And then I did go ahead and pick up just a cream color. I'm always using cream. I'm always needing it for things. So I feel like cream and black are just basic colors that I feel like I use a lot of. So I did go ahead and get a cream one. I don't have a plan for this, but I know I'm going to use it for sure. So that is the yarn that I picked up. So I do need to go put it away for sure, get it all clean, all organized. Okay, so now I'm all cozied up on the couch. So here we're going to talk about books. So let me share the books that I have recently picked up. So I have picked up 4 books here. These are books that I actually purchased from a library sale and a thrift store. So these 3 I got at a library sale a couple of weeks ago. I picked up quite a few for Ava, but they didn't have the best selection for like adult fiction, but I did find 3. So I got The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. This is a thriller. I've read 1 or 2 of hers and they were okay. They weren't the best, but this I think is her most popular one. So I am excited to read this one. I did pick up Book of Night by Holly Black. I did read The Cruel Prince, not the whole trilogy, just the first one. This is the author that wrote that. I didn't love it. I didn't love The Cruel Prince, but I am still wanting to finish that whole series at some point. But I did pick up this one. This is her, I think, first adult fantasy. It says a fantasy thriller up here, like a blurb, and that sounds really interesting to me. So if you've read this one, let me know. I haven't really heard people talking about it, but they had it there, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick that up. Okay, and then the last book I got at the library sale is The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina. I know nothing about this. I don't know what genre it is. It is blurbed by V.E. Schwab, so maybe it is mystery, magical realism, who knows, but it was 50 cents, so I thought I'd pick it up. And then yesterday we were at the thrift store, which I actually found this bookcase that's by the couch over here for $35, and I'm like in love with it, and it's perfect. But I did a very, very quick browse. I was with Ava. It was just one of those, it was so busy, so I was just trying to do like an in and out type of thing. So I just like ran through the book aisle. This one caught my eye. I picked it up. They did have quite a few. They had like The Nightingale. They had a whole ton of Cassandra Clare books. I've never read any of her books, but they did have a lot of really popular books. But I didn't stay to look through them. I just saw this one, picked it up. It was $2, but this is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I have yet to read a Kristen Hanna book. This is the second one that I own. I do own The Nightingale, so I do need to read that at some point. My sister has read The Women and loved it, so I know that is on my list to read at some point, and I've heard really good things about The Great Alone. So I did pick that up. So those are the books that I purchased recently. I thought I'd go ahead and share those with you. Now we're going to talk about Iron Flame. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this brief. Ava, I can't tell if she's asleep yet. I've gone up there so many times. She just wants to get up to play. She sounds quiet, so I'm hoping she actually is sleeping. Anyways, Iron Flame. Let's talk about Iron Flame. Just briefly, because I don't want to give any spoilers. This is the second book of the series. And I just want to make this pretty brief because now that she's finally asleep, I'm going to try to read it. Or I can hear her. It's been a day, not gonna lie. It's been a day. So I'm gonna make this quick, go check on her, and I might just go lay down. I might just not crochet or read and just lay down because it's been a while since I last talked to you. It's been a day. All right, we're just gonna make this quick. So yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers away. Iron Flame is the second book. So I did read Fourth Wing in 2023. I didn't love it, but I did reread it, and I did enjoy it a lot better the second time around. Now, there is language and there is some spice in the first one. Nothing compared to the second one. The second one has a ton of spice, and I don't love it. I wish the relationship wasn't as lustful. The words, the paragraphs, like everything is just full of lust and descriptions, and I just wish that there was less of that and there was more actual relationship building as opposed to just every time they're together they just have a spicy scene. So the second one definitely has a lot of that, and it's just not realistic. Like there's a point, which this is a little bit of a spoiler, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear, but there's a point where she gets tortured, like badly tortured, and when she meets up with the guy, they have a spicy scene after, and I'm like, that's not realistic at all. So anyways, so lots of language. So initially I was really excited for how the story was going to go, but where it is now, it's a little disappointing. I'm hoping the ending helps. So this is another little spoiler, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear this part. So the first book, we're following them in the War College. The second book, A Revolution, starts, and they all kind of split in sides and teams, and half the people leave the War College, half the people stay. The people, like when they leave to start this revolution, you kind of think, okay, a revolution starting, a war starting, there's secrets, there's a lot of things going on. But all of a sudden they kind of recreate the War College in this new place. So they're kind of back in classes and homework and teachers, where it's just kind of like, we've already been there. Like, they just started this revolution, now they're doing homework. Like, it just doesn't, there's just a lot of things that don't make sense. I feel like the author has so many things going on. Like, there's so many different stories and plots and things that it's like, it's almost too much. Like, she needs to kind of lessen or pick what she wants to talk about, because it's almost too much. Because there's just so much that you can't really spend a lot of time on each thing, so you just feel rushed through it all, even though it's a really long book. I'm hoping the ending is a lot better. I'm still excited for this third one. Obviously, I don't know how this second one is going to end. I would imagine on a cliffhanger, but I am excited for this third one coming out. So that's where I stand with Iron Flame. I hope to finish it today. I don't know that I can, just because Ava's not taking her nap. So I need to go get her, just figure out what's going on with her. So she might just be skipping her nap today. She skipped her nap a couple of days ago and went all day without a nap, and she was fine. So I'm hoping she is not dropping her nap. We will see. But I'm gonna go check on her, figure out what's going on with her, try to kind of reset the day. It's been all over. So I'm gonna go check on her, try to get her down for a nap. But anyways, that was my update with Iron Flame. Should you read this book? I'd say it's a take it or leave it type of book. It's entertaining, but it's not the best fantasy out there. It's not the best romance out there. You'd be fine skipping it, but if you have the time, you don't mind the language or the spice, then I say give it a try. It's not the best, but it's entertaining, and I'm enjoying it. Those are my thoughts and opinions on the Fourth Wing series. I'm excited for the third one, but right now it's time to be a mom. Time to go check on Ava and kind of reset the day, and hopefully we can kind of turn the mood around. Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. Today is the day that Onyx Storm came out, and I'm really excited to go pick it up later today. So it's almost 11 o'clock in the morning right now. Ava just went down for her nap. Hopefully today's a better day with her sleeping. Yesterday, truthfully, was the most Monday of Mondays. We were both just feeling it. It was a challenging day. My husband had a really challenging day at work, so it was just one of those days. Thankfully today was like a reset. We just restarted, and much better day today for sure. Hopefully Ava takes a good nap. My husband has a little bit of a break between his work today, so seeing how the day goes, his plan is to come home, pick me and Ava up, drop us off at the bookstore because he has some work by the bookstore. So hopefully that all kind of pans out and works out, depending on obviously Ava's nap and like if he does get off work in time to come home to get us. So we will see. If that doesn't work out, then plan B would be for me to just take Ava to a bookstore and just pick up the book at some point. However, all of that being said, I still have yet to finish Iron Flame. I'm 80% of the way through, so I have parked myself on the couch. I've got a super cozy, comfy fleece sweater on, and I'm going to try to knock this book out and finish it right now while Ava's taking her nap. I feel like because yesterday was a challenging day, I did not get and finish what I was hoping to do. I feel like today there's a lot that needs to be done. It's just life. There's always going to be things that need to be done. My husband's really good at reminding me that, but it's still just like if I don't stay on top of it, it just makes it even harder. So I feel like that's kind of in the forefront of my mind, is trying to get all those things done. But I also really want to finish this book before I go out and buy this next one. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to hopefully finish up Iron Flame right now. At this part, so like I said, I'm 80% of the way through. It's definitely going down as far as enjoyment. It started off so strong. It's not that great right now. It's kind of like, I said this in a previous clip, I'm pretty sure, but there's so many plots and so many things going on that we're not able to spend a lot of time with each. So each major thing that happens, maybe we get a couple pages, maybe a chapter, but then the next chapter we've moved on and there's something else, and it's like, wait, that was a very pivotal, important thing. So that's just kind of what's going on. There's just been so many different things going on. So it just feels very rushed. Even though the book is very long, it just feels very rushed because there's a lot of things and none of them are very fleshed out. So that's what I'm thinking. Enjoyment is not so great, but I'm hoping it picks up at the end, and I'm hoping this third one is better. I hope so. Time will tell, but either way, I am excited to go and pick it up today and hopefully get it read throughout this week. I also have decided I really want to get into sewing. I have a very basic sewing machine, and years ago I sewed like little pouches, like zippered pouches, and that was fun. I was learning how to do that, and then I started doing crochet markets, and that's just kind of where my crafting hobby went, is towards crocheting and knitting. But I've been kind of really re-inspired creatively to sew. So I feel like I'm going to be starting from zero of learning how to sew, reading a pattern, all that kind of stuff. But I have to keep reminding myself, like, I had to learn how to knit and crochet. And initially it was so confusing, but I learned how to read a pattern and learned how to do it. So I know that I can do it. And obviously there are going to be so many amazing tutorials on YouTube about it. Yeah, I'm really excited to try to get into it. I had to order a new pedal for my sewing machine because somehow in the move it got lost. I looked everywhere for it, and I knew when we moved I didn't have it. So I did go ahead and order a new one, so hopefully it works. And then I'll have to go fabric shopping. I found so many patterns on Etsy, so many different like bags and clothes and toys and just all these different fun things to sew. So I'm really excited. So those videos may or may not be happening, who knows. I feel like I need to kind of figure out how to do it, how to sew, and just kind of have fun with it, and maybe I'll do some videos. We will see, but I'm really excited for that. But anyways, that's enough rambling and chit-chatting. I am going to read Iron Flame, hopefully get it all just knocked out and finished right now, and I'll have to let you know the ending. And then later today we're gonna go pick up Onyx, and I'm really excited. Let's get to reading. Okay, I just finished Iron Flame. I have a lot of thoughts. I will say I am definitely excited for this third book. I'm hoping it goes in a different direction. I don't know. I don't want to give any spoilers away. And my thoughts are still kind of the same from when I had talked about it previously. Also, I have the air fryer on. I've been dehydrating bananas all morning, so if you've been hearing it and the clips in the background and stuff, I apologize, but that's what that is. Iron Flame. I just finished it, so my thoughts are kind of all over. It definitely got action-packed towards the end, and then it ended pretty well, I would say. Definitely on, not really a cliffhanger. I don't think it was a cliffhanger, but something happened to someone, I will say. So my thoughts still kind of stand the same. I feel like this was an entire book, 800 plus pages, at least on the Kindle version. It was like 880 or something, of almost filler. I've heard like when people say like second book syndrome, where it kind of feels fillery. I 100% agree with this one. I feel like it almost was unnecessary, or I know it's leading to some other place, but how I had said before, how the author, there's so many things going on, and there are just a lot of different plots, and I know it's something that I already said, but it just felt like there was so many different things and so many different actions and plots and stories going on that it felt like it was just too busy. It was just too much, and we didn't have the time to really sit with each thing. And so at the end of the book, you feel like there was so much, but it was so shallow, and it could have been more fleshed out, and maybe half of those plots could have been taken away, and the other ones could have really been worked on more. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want to give anything away. I still feel like there were too many curse words, too much spice, especially for them being in the middle of a war. It felt like, I don't know. So I feel like the first one was better, and I feel like the second one could have been even better. I feel like the second one could have definitely been better, but I don't know which one I like more, the first or the second one. The second one, I thought, when I first started reading it, the first half, I was like, this is going to be really good. And then it wasn't. So the second half definitely stayed along the same feeling as I had with the first one. So I'm hoping this third one is better. It definitely ended with a lot of things that could happen. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, I hope this third one's better. I'm excited to read it. It's going to be fun going to go pick it up today regardless. And yeah, I hope that this third one is going to be even better. Maybe the second one was just kind of a filler book. I don't know how many books are in this series. Initially it was going to be 3, and then I heard the author in an interview saying that she told the publisher she needed at least 6 or 7 books in the series to really kind of explain the whole story and everything. So that makes sense, because if each book is filled with so much, she needs a lot of books to really flesh out all of those thoughts and plots and everything. Yeah, it was definitely enjoyable. I did not love it as much as the first one. I don't think. I didn't love the first one. I enjoyed them. They're very entertaining. But the first one I think was better, and I was really excited for the second one, but it just wasn't quite as good as I think it could have been if maybe she just focused on certain things. We will see how this third one goes. I'm coming on here to end this cozy hobby video. I hope that you enjoyed it. It was definitely full of books and crocheting, so I thought I'd just come on here to kind of recap the few days that I showed in this video, talk a little bit more about crocheting and this new book that I am currently reading. I didn't end up going to the bookstore, so when my husband came home to pick us up, because the original plan was he had a break in between his two cases, so he was going to come home, pick us up, drop us off at the bookstore, go do his last case of the day, then we would drive home. Well, as he was coming home, there were a lot of winter storm warnings. They were predicting ice and freezing rain and all this stuff, which is just so apparently uncharacteristic for Florida. We just moved here. We moved from the desert, so already it's a whole new environment. It's freezing here. There's a lot of things that we're not used to for sure. So we had no idea what this winter storm warning was going to be. It was already snowing in places that it never snows in. It hasn't snowed in Florida apparently for like 30 years. So we had no idea what to expect. So when my husband came home, we were talking it over and decided it was not worth the risk if we were to get caught in any sort of storm warning or anything like that. Because the bookstore is 45 minutes away, it would be evening time, dark time when we would be coming back home. So the bookstore was by the building where my husband had his last case of the day. So we decided he would go pick up the book for me and bring it home because I really wanted to have the book that day. I did not want to wait until the next day to go pick up the book. So I thought it was still going to be just as fun even if my husband went to go pick it up. And so he really wanted to make sure I had the book. So whatever it looked like for him to go get it. So he did go to the bookstore. He picked up the book for me. I was actually kind of worried because I guess this book has been selling out in a lot of places. This is a very small independent bookstore, so yeah, I had no idea if they were even going to have any copies. I didn't even think to call them until he was already headed out there, so thankfully they did have a copy. He did pick it up, he brought it home, and I did go ahead and start reading it literally the second he brought it home. I was so excited to have this book. Even though the second book, Iron Flame, wasn't all that good, I'm still excited for this third one that came out, and I'm hoping it gets better. I'm not very far into it, but I did do a little bit of reading this morning, as you can see. So yeah, I was very, very glad to have the book in my possession, and I cannot wait to read it. I have pretty medium expectations, I think. I'm hoping that it's still enjoyable, but my expectations are pretty low considering the first two books were just okay, but they're definitely a fun, enjoyable, entertaining book series to say the least. I did finish up the yellow bucket hat that I've been working on for several days now. I do feel like I have some sort of, it's more probably just like a knot in my forearm, but it is a little painful. So I decided I need to really just take a break because my market coming up is in just a couple of weeks. So the last week or two, I'm definitely going to be buckling down and cranking out as much as I can for that market. But I decided to give myself a little bit of a break, so I did go ahead and finish up crocheting the bucket hat, but it will be a while or a few days probably before I pick up another project. So in this video, I did finish up the stingray, I did show you that, and I did finish up the yellow bucket hat. I probably will be making some more bucket hats for the market, but time will tell. I hope that you enjoyed this cozy hobby video full of books, reading, and crocheting. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. If you are one of the thousands of people that are reading the Fourth Wing series, probably millions, honestly. I think they've got a couple million reviews on Goodreads. So anyways, if you're one of those who are reading this series, let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you picked up the third one. If you've already read it, it'll probably take me a while to get through it. I say that, but now that I'm not crocheting, I will be mostly focused on reading. But anyways, I'm excited to get into this book. But yeah, if you're reading it or if you did purchase it, let me know. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and leave you here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.